When it comes to music, then A.R. Rahman and Mani Ratnam sir, इनके आगे सोचना ही गुनाह हो जाता है. But when it comes to cinema, अगर ऐश्वर्या राय बच्चन हो उस फिल्म में, तो फिर मैं सिर्फ एक शब्द कहूँगी, करिश्मा. बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप तीनों का इंडिया टीवी पर. और मैं जब ये इंटरव्यू करने बैठी थी ऐश्वर्या, मुझे लग रहा था मैं I was getting cold feet कि मैं क्या पूछूं और किन से पूछूं. I mean everybody has a body of work which you know we have grown up with, we have seen it all. और एक बार फिर से बड़े पर्दे पर PS1. सर, सबसे पहले तो ये पूछूंगी, ये एक सपना था आपका, बहुत पहले से आपने ये संजोया था, and it's not easy to you know present this kind of a film to see. So इतना वक्त लगा. So I'm sure there is something you know which you want to share and tell us about it.
No, I think this is a film that I've been waiting for a long time. So in that sense, it's been very special for me. And I think this story, this novel has cinema written all over it. You know, it is meant for the big screen. It was meant to be seen. It's got everything that is there for it. So I've always felt that this will make a great film. And so we're lucky that we are able to put this together. We're lucky we got a producer, Subhash Karan, to back the film. And we're lucky that I had this set of artists and technicians and here, you know, so I think all these came together.
बिल्कुल. ऐश्वर्या, जब आप इस तरह की आपकी ज़िंदगी में मैं कहूँ तो जो लैंडमार्क फिल्म्स जो कुछ हैं वो सर के साथ हैं, be it like your first film or this film. तो जब आप पीछे मुड़कर ऐसी फिल्में करते हैं, what kind of satisfaction do you get? I'm sure this is like.
जवाब तो आपके सवाल में ही है. I think जब ऐसा मौका मिले, अवसर मिले या इस अनुभव का तो अगर कोई जिक्र भी करें तो हम खुशी से हाँ कहें हर बार, क्योंकि शुरुआत ही ऐसे हुई भगवान के आशीर्वाद से कि I got to work with him right from the beginning. And like I said, however often I repeat this in however many interviews, I'm very fortunate to have gotten to have worked with the combination of the genius talent we're sitting with now. And I will forever cherish each experience that I have had to work with them and to be able to contribute in whatever little way I have to bring their creativity to life. I think it's a given. It's often said and will remain unsaid with all those who haven't unabashedly expressed their obvious desire to work with talents like them. And to have gotten this experience time and time and again, I respect each time I've had the opportunity. I commit to it from my soul and try to do justice to their conviction and belief in me as an artist.
ऐश्वर्या, ये जर्नी कैसे दिखती है आपको with him?
छोटे लफ्ज़ में कहूँ तो धन्यवाद. मैं थैंक यू ही कहूँगी बार बार हर बार, पर वो लफ्ज़ भी जस्टिस नहीं करता. To the gratitude I feel to have had the opportunity to have worked. You all say several, I'll say a couple because forever looking forward to several more. That's the hungry artist. That's the lifetime of a student I'll be to his body of work and gratitude.
हमेशा गुरु.
हमेशा के लिए.
I remember the first time that when I met her and wanted to know whether she'd be interested in doing a film, a Tamil film. And I told her this is not it's not a heroine introduction film. It's not that kind of thing. It's not a launch film.
Yes. This first words to me, I loved it.
It's not a launch film. I'm not trying to launch. It is a character. It's two characters together in two different shades. And it's in Tamil. Are you willing to do it? And she said yes. So from then on, every time I've asked her, she said yes. So it's been wonderful.
So you know that she's there.
Yeah.
She's there.
I'm there to do the work. I'm there to experience this this world of creativity and to work with this genius
Both,
energy.
seriously.
Yeah, to work with this genius energy. It's not, and I loved his directness and I loved his honesty, because that was the way when I wanted to come into film. You know, I mean, there is all the frills and there is all that all goes with the turf, but. I was here to do the work and to learn. I mean, I was completely aware too. I didn't come from any formal training.
To choose the right thing is intelligence, and to trust is intelligence. And I've seen many beautiful women, many beautiful artists who lost great movies. I said, oh, this person should have been in this movie. And I think that's her modesty and her spiritual conviction, which, yeah, true. Because I was always seeing like, oh, this person is so beautiful. And you look at the 90s, why are they doing this kind of a tapori film or something? Why couldn't have done this? And so, you know.
Yeah, Aishwarya is that way. Very, very.
But I think you put it right in terms of the spiritual connection. I think when you feel a connect and you feel you're there, then it's not about really thinking about your yes, and it's not about all that, you know. It's about just doing what you do and to love it. And I think that's what you will, that's a vibe you'll feel even, I think when, I mean, if I'm sitting with the two of them also, it's just the vibe of knowing, experiencing, and you feel good about what you do.
This one is for
Everything
beginners.
else is peripherals.
Today's generation is like, what am I getting? And, okay, I'll just tell something, but please don't feel offended. I was getting 15,000 rupees for a jingle. And then I was signed up for his movie. So the producer said, I'm giving you this lucky amount, 25,000 for 6 months. So if I had thought about money at that time, I would have lost all the stuff. So the beginning is not about to have an imagination, to have a trust, and to have a belief that better things would happen in future is so important.
True.
Nothing comes like, oh, I'm doing this, I should be getting that. What you're getting, not through money, but many others, you know.
Absolutely.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
true.
Raman sir, now money, sir, is like an epicenter to many. I believe so.
He's the money.
He's the money. He's the money. In real term. Sir, आपकी अगर journey में देखूं, Roja was one film which has changed the equation, which has changed the entire scenario of music. वहाँ से शुरू होती है आपकी journey और उसके बाद you know Oscars. फिर क्या? आपने कहा था कि उसके बाद किसी ने आपसे पूछा था कि Oscars मिल गया है आपका. You said that I feel like you know freedom. So आज जब आपके म्यूजिक को हर वक्त सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है. If you are in one film, we feel that yes, we will get to hear something different, something good. आज आपकी म्यूजिक को आप कैसे देखते हैं?
So the demands are more because when I was doing this mono sound, then stereo came in, then Dolby came in, then you know all that DTS came in. Now when you hear the sound, this is the dream we had, you know, the speakers, Atmos and the sound. So this is like 10 times more work, more mixing, more you know, you can also limit the instruments. One instrument can sound like fill in the whole thing. So these are the new, you have to change your way of thinking. More is not more anymore. Sometimes more is more, sometimes less is more. So there's so much of learning, unlearning and learning experiences. So it's fascinating to be at this time.
PS का music, obviously you have an equation, you know what he wants exactly, but I would like to know what was the basic brief to you जब इस तरह का एक historic film का music होता है?
I think both of us evolved. Like initially when I approached, I wanted to do on Carnatic classical music and take ragas which are untouched. And then we felt like that's different from the movie experience which he wants to give. And then throw all that stuff, write something else, again throw all that stuff. Then I said, now let's go to Bali. Whether we're doing it or not, let's have a holiday, like a brothers hanging out. So we went there and we visited all the temples, we saw the architecture, and I was in a hotel room. He put me in a very nice, special place. And 1 week later, I had some 20 ideas. And he didn't respond to any of those. 3 months later, I said, I like this. And we picked up most of the stuff from there. Yeah.
ऐश्वर्या, आपने जब नेगेटिव रोल्स किया है तब एक अलग ही बात सामने आई है. पीएस में भी आप एक मतलब यू आर प्लेइंग अ नेगेटिव रोल ऑल टुगेदर.
हम रोल्स को डिफाइन नहीं करते, हम कैरेक्टर्स करते हैं और
Grey shade.
इंटरप्रिटेशन व्यूअर पर है. I think the point is we always focus on the fact that we are part of our directors, our writers' narrative, and essaying that character earnestly and to be true to it, to be true to that character that you're essaying. And you know, every character goes through a gamut of human emotions, and I think the strength of the narrative is when the viewer will invest in and experience a character's journey. That's where the director comes in to get you. They know the mind and heart of the viewer through how they bring you into experiencing what the character is going through. I think that's when you actually enter the world of the movie. Why get into defining without actually knowing what the story is? So I think interpretations before is an assumption. I think you need to go into the film and then you'd know who and what the character is. So it's not about just, you know, boxing and compartmentalizing a character in the conventional way.
जब आप हिस्ट्री आप पढ़ते हो, उस किरदार के बारे में पढ़ते हो, तो थोड़ा बहुत
Matter of perspective. It's always a matter of perspective.
Again, you have to watch the film for that. So, 10th century का premise है, and we are talking about Cholas. ये research तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा गहन हुआ होगा. Of course, you've read the book. उसके अलावा और कुछ बातें जो आपने इसमें एक cinematic तौर पे लेकर आप आए हैं.
First, this is from a novel, and the novel is a historical fiction. And then he wrote the novel, Kalki. There was only one major source called Nilakanta Shastri who had done elaborate work on the Chola dynasty and he had documented it. This was a book. I think to a large extent that was the research which Kalki had used, and when you read the book you'll be so surprised to see how much of history he is able to put in, how much of the culture he is able to put in, how much of the politics that he's been able to put in effortlessly into the thing. So a lot of work had been done already when Kalki wrote the thing. But when we did, now there was a lot more research material that was available. There were a lot more inputs. Chola dynasty is the one dynasty where maximum research has happened. So we had a lot more inputs and we tried to bring it in without, I mean, the same way he has brought it in, without it being in your face and playing it along with the narrative.
मैं कहीं पढ़ रही थी ऐश्वर्या, जैसे आप और त्रिशा के बीच में जो इक्वेशन है, अगेन आई एम नॉट, मैं कुछ पहले से तय नहीं कर रही, लेकिन फिल्म में जो इक्वेशन है उससे कुछ अलग ही इक्वेशन आपको सेट पर आप दोनों का रहा है. एंड बानी सर हैड टू इंटरप्रेट, ये इक्वेशन नहीं चाहिए, वहाँ कुछ और है. सो यू गाइज हैव टू बी लाइक, यू नो, थोड़ा
वो तो एक्टर का तो कमिटमेंट है, जो करना वो ऐसी मस्ती में कह रहे थे, लेकिन जो है वो कैरेक्टर्स में जो करना है वो तो करना ही है. पर्दे पर जब when we're on set essaying our characters, you've got to do what you've got to do as your character. That's just his little fun moments.
I see the two of them, I mean, there's a sequence of them conflicting and there are two of them taking selfies. What will happen to my Kundave and Nandini? Bonding.
वो बॉन्डिंग नहीं चाहिए.
No bonding.
Method acting.
नहीं, यहाँ पे मेथड नहीं चल रहा था, यहाँ दूसरा मेथड चल रहा था. सो फिल्म देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. ऑफ कोर्स ऐश्वर्या, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग आउट एनीथिंग बिकॉज कहना भी सही नहीं होगा, क्योंकि अगर आप फिल्म देखेंगे तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें सामने आएंगी.
और एक नहीं, दो फिल्में
दोनों
देखने पड़ेंगे.
दोनों देखने पड़ेंगे.
That's the entire story. Of course, he's
और दर्शकों को आई एम श्योर एक अलग ही दुनिया में आप लेकर के जाएंगे. आई थिंक ये जो पैन इंडिया जो आज हम कह रहे हैं, यू हैव गॉट दिस पैन इंडिया सिंस लाइक जब बॉम्बे या रोजा या दिल से जब आई थी, तब से ये पैन इंडिया एक फिल्म आती है और पूरी दुनिया में छा जाती है. सो now what do you say about pan India and your film coming in this era?
No, pan India has happened long before that. There was a film called Chandralekha which was made in the 1950s, which was pan-India. There have been several which have come across. I think it's basically...
हर दशक में ये आया है pan
yeah,
India.
yeah. So it's not new, it's not thing. The thing is, if you can tell a story which can reach across India and cross the border, then it's very good. I mean, people are willing to listen to a story, how provided it holds them, provided it intrigues them and fascinates them. So I think it's a very, very positive sign that there is a market to tell a small story happening somewhere in one corner across the nation.
बिल्कुल. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you. The
Thank
best of
you,
the film.
thank you.
Thank you so much.